What's up, YouTube? This is Court, and here we are back again. I feel like we pumping these things out quick now. Um, we got another episode of Build the Birds, and last time we tapped in, we were finishing up 2-0 against the Vikings, handling them in pretty convincing fashion. Couple things from that game that we didn't like, couple interceptions. Jalen Hurts had some really uncharacteristic throws that just kind of kept the game a little closer than it needed to be. But we got the job done. We got the W. We move on to week 3. That's really all that matters. Win and advance, keep it going. And at this point, we've got two unbeaten teams. The Washington Commanders are sitting at 2-0, and our team, obviously the Birds, sitting at 2-0 as well. So we got a couple things to take care of before we try to get into this game. We've got some weekly awards. One of our players won a weekly award, so let's check that out. And it's Avante Maddox with 3 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 2 touchdown games, returning them both at the end of that game versus the Vikings, putting them away. Really just the nail in the coffin for that game. So great job by Devontae. We got our first player award. And let's check out this forecast here for the game. I'm assuming we're going to have some heavy rain. You know how those Philly and DC's, Philly DC matchup goes, man. That northeast weather is a crazy. So we got the option to plan our offense. Since it's raining, we'll probably run the ball. You know, like they said, like the coach is saying, slick football, rough footing. So it makes sense to stay realistic and keep it on the ground. We've been running the ball very well, and they gave us a challenge to run for over 150 yards. So we'll see if we can do that. With the user we're playing against is a really tough user. He's been one of the premier users in this legacy football league, so we'll see how it goes. So let's quickly knock out our practice. Let's get our practice in, and upgrade our players and get them their XP. So we're going to start with the defensive game plan. And first off, I'm very familiar with this user, and his name is Kodiak, and he's basically a guy that likes to pass. He has a really potent passing attack. If you don't take things away, he'll really dot you up. So we got to make sure that we're ready and focused on that. And on offense, we already know it's raining. So we want to make sure that we come out and we continue to control the trenches and run the ball strong on the ground like we've been doing the past 2 weeks. No need to deviate from the plan. So we want to focus on the interior running game. So let's go ahead and get that set up. And the focus players hasn't changed yet over the past 3 weeks. Jordan Davis, CJ Gardner Johnson, and Devontae Smitty. So we'll get that done. And our defense look like we got some power moves, some finesse moves, some play rec for our secondary guys and our linebackers. We got some good zone and man enhancements. So that's great. And obviously, since we're going to be running the ball, we focused on that interior running game. Our offense received some run blocking and some carrying upgrades for this week. So that looks good. We got some upgrades for our players we have here. I'm not sure which one, so let's check that out. Reed Blankenship, he gets another skill point. That's 2 skill points now in the first 3 weeks for Reed Blankenship. He's a rookie. That's great. He's got to improve a lot, so no wonder he's getting so many so early in the season. So we'll try to upgrade his zone now. We upgraded his man last week, so we'll kind of switch it up a little bit. We don't really foresee him playing over the couple years. And one of my boys, Landon Dickerson, a big dog up front, a beast in the run game. He's got to improve that pass blocking ability a little bit, but he is a stud in the run game. So we're gonna put that agile upgrade up. Agile upgrade up. So he's got an awareness, pass block finesse, and I missed that last one. But either way, Landon's got his upgrade. So since we know we have Washington coming up, I want to check out their roster a little bit and just kind of get an idea of what we can expect for their group. Let's go to depth chart and let's just take a look. Let's firstly see if they have any injuries. No injuries for us, no injuries for them as well. So it's a pretty even game as on the injury front. No advantages that we can take advantage of there. So let's check out the depth chart, see who they have at each position, so we can just get a really clear idea of what we have as an opposition. Carson Wentz, obviously his first time back playing the Eagles since leaving. Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick, Brian Robinson. I don't think Brian Robinson has gotten much playing time yet so far this year. It's been heavy with Antonio Gibson and McKissick. Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuel. Okay, this receiving core. So we may be able to match Darius Slade follow Scary Terry and kind of play everyone else up, head up. Logan Thomas, the converted quarterback, is at tight end. Charles Leno on the blind side. Andrew Norwell, Chase Rulier, Trey Turner, Sam Cosmi. Okay, so that right side of the offensive line may be somewhere we could take advantage of. That's going to be Josh Sweat pushing him. Now, this is the part. Their defensive line is probably one of the best, probably the best defensive line in the league, especially up front when you got Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne, those two Alabama boys, and then the third Alabama boy, Mathis, John Boston. Now, this is the part of their defense that's, we can probably take advantage of in the run game. If we get past that first level and get to the second level, the linebackers are really mediocre. Corners, Kendall Fuller, William Jackson, Benjamin St. Just. So if we get him in a slot with that 67 man, 72 zone, we should definitely be able to make plays in the slot. Bobby McCain at safety, Cameron Curl at the other safety, and their safeties looking at their speed slower. I'm going to check out who they have at third down running back, Antonio Gibson, power running back, Antonio Gibson. Slot, they have Curtis Samuels in the slot. Okay, interesting. So if Curtis Samuel's in the slot, we may keep Avonte Maddox there just to match the speed with speed. Corner, they have St. Just in the slot corner. So that's definitely someone we could take advantage of. Not particularly worried about those slot corners Washington has. Taking a look at the standings in the NFC, Saints at the top at the moment. Then you have ourselves, the Seahawks, the Panthers. Let's take a look at our NFC East division. Currently, we're sitting at the top of division tie. So this is a crucial game to kind of, get a little bit of a lead on the division early in the year. It's our first biggest test of the year. Probably the best user we played thus far within the first 3 weeks. So this is a game that we definitely want to try to come out strong and finish well.
It's week 3 of the National Football League. Coming up, we'll see Carson Wentz. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Commanders and the Eagles, and it's all up next.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders.
We are ready to kick the ball off and get this matchup started. It's our first divisional game of the year. Both teams are 2-0. We're ready to get it. Commanders fair catch, and it will start off at the 25-yard line. Carson Wentz against the Eagles. Good to welcome an old friend. Yeah, so the first time we attempted to play, this gentleman He dropped out of the game, so we restarted this up, and he was going to give me the first possession to punt. So we start off on the 32-yard line. So starting off on the 32, beginning of this game, starting off, last week we turned the ball over, I think 4 times, way too much. I mean, an unbelievable amount. So we want to start off basic offense, take our time, let's move the ball downfield. We are a superior roster overall, but we want to make sure we take advantage of that. And quickly, we hit Devontae Smith over the middle on a quick drag route against the cover 4 quarters coverage, and it's a good completion, a great way to start it off. 12-yard gain, and we're now on the 44. Just like that, we're right at midfield. And he came out in quarters coverage early. That's an interesting way to start the game, specifically against that sort of a tight set that we had there. So there's something that we'll pay attention to a little bit later as the game progresses. So here we are in the trip set. 3 receivers to the left, 1 tight end on the right. We're going to run Sanders, and Sanders makes a nice move to get to the outside for a 9-yard gain. So 2 really productive plays on the opening drive. Leaves us at 2nd and 1, as already said. 46-yard line. So here, definitely a run down. We can get a little aggressive if we like, but we want to probably switch to Gainwell here. He's been playing very well so far this year. So it makes sense to just continue to use him. And the running game right now has started off pretty well. Looks like they have a very open front as he brings a guy down into the box, but we run a quick read option, RPO, to Quez Watkins, who picks up a first down. Is there a little bubble screen? Another first down. So decent. We're on the opposite side of the 50 now, threatening. So far, this is exactly what we want to see on offense. He's kind of playing drop zone coverage, and we're taking advantage of that. We have yet to see a man coverage yet. Play fake, play action, and it looks like we may have had a wide open Quez Watkins deep down the right side of the field. We weren't able to get to him. We opted to throw to Devontae Smith on an out-breaking route. An inaccurate throw by Jalen Hurts, and now it leaves us at 2nd and 10. But it looked like for a second we may have had Quez Watkins if we wanted to take a deep shot against that cover 2 invert. Like he may have had an angle to the right side of the defense deep downfield, which would be the left side of defense, but on that right side, if we were able to put that ball toward the pylon. Come out in the 2x2 set, tight. Looking over the middle, and a drop by Devontae Smith. We also may have had the post over the middle if we wanted to throw that, but either way, both wide routes were open. Just a drop. Unfortunate. We definitely don't see too much of that from Smitty, so that's a bit of a surprise. 3rd and 10 now. 3rd and long, and it kind of, those last 2 incompletes, the missed throw by Jalen and the drop by Smitty over the middle, kind of took the wind out of the sail of this drive so far. We started off pretty good. Had a lot of hopes moving forward, but now we're in a 3rd and 10, a little out of field goal range, so this is a conversion that we probably need here. We opt to run the quarterback read option, and it gets blown up by Montez Sweat. Good defense by the Washington Redskins. They started off shaky as we get a little bit of a taunt by Montez Sweat. They started off a little shaky there to begin the drive, but they recovered, and they get us to go 3 and out. So we're forced to punt, and we get a very, very fortunate bounce as the ball rolls out at the 2-yard line. A great punt. And just like that, we're able to flip field position and put ourselves in a pretty good position to get off the field very quickly and possibly, begin our next drive and almost in their in their territory. So it looks like they're coming out in strong close here. 21 personnel on the goal line. So we want to shoot these gaps. We were pretty sure they're running the ball here, so we want to shoot this gap with Nakobe Dean to see if we can maybe get a tackle. Oh, he drops back to pass, and he throws an interception. James Bradbury, what a play. In the man coverage. Great job by James Bradbury in the cover one. So just like that, we turn it right back around, get an interception, and we're on their 5-yard line, and we're going to look to get a touchdown here. This type of situation, we just got a fortunate play. This is a rivalry game, and we definitely need to make sure we leave out of here with points, not just points, but a touchdown. So what we want to do here is make sure that we are very patient and we're running the ball and forcing them to actually stop us. So out of the pistol, we run straight to Gainwell, and just like that, Gainwell, who's been a touchdown machine so far this year, and he puts the Eagles up 7-0. Just like that, right off of the turnover. Just like that, we're up 7-0.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
It looks like they're coming out in 11 personnel, 3-by-1 set, running back lined up on the weak side. And he runs a wide receiver screen to Jahan Dotson, and he's stopped for a 4-yard gain. It's good defense there. It looked like that was a pretty decent play call against the cloud coverage that we had set up in the cover 3. And I wasn't able to use her and stay on that side of the field. They come out again. Looks like the same formation. 11 personnel again. It's wide trips weak. Actually, it's not the same formation. It's a 2-by-1 set, 3-by-1 set, but it looks like it's flipped. Actually, it is the same formation. It's just flipped to the opposite side. The running back goes in motion. I'm going to make sure I stay over top of him. And we get a sack there by Josh Sweat. As they're pushed to third and medium.
If we go back to the last series, remember their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helped contribute to a sack on this one.
So here we're just making some substitutions. We want to try to get some pass rushers in the game. We got Jordan Davis out of the game. He's more of a run stopper at this point in his career. And again, it looks like they're back in that wide trips week. 11 personnel. So the same formation 3 consecutive times in a row. It's not something you'll typically see in our league. Dropping down, and Marcus Epps makes a great play, dropping down from that safety position into that hook zone, almost as a robber. But in zone, drops down, makes a play, gets the interception. It's his first interception of the year, I believe. And he's got us another possession this time now, starting off again on their side of the 50-yard line. We're going to start this drive off again with the run to Sanders, and he gets about a 3-yard gain. Running at that quarters coverage. So we're in 2nd and 7. We want to stay a little conservative because we have the ball again, and then maybe at about 10 yards, we're in comfortable field goal range. So we want to take our time, but we don't want to get too conservative that we don't make a play here. And nothing really going there for us, and we ended up throwing the ball. And nowhere to throw the ball, so we ended up taking a sack. It looks like we may have had a couple of guys open if we stayed confident through the ball. We had nine route. I think that was Quez Watkins on the 9 route on that right hand side. If you remember from the Vikings game, we completed a pass like that over top of the flat defender on cover 2. Weren't able to get it done this game. that play. Third and super long. We opt to scramble to try to get back some of the yards lost. Maybe we can get ourselves in field goal range, and we've made this about a 56-yard field goal. Now this is a bit long here. We're outside in the elements. A 6-mile-per-hour wind pushing to the right. And Jake Elliott's leg has been a little shaky thus far this year. Just in practice, I'm practicing with him, and we get full power on the kick, and looks like we may have it there in it. Just short, and that's my problem. I almost for a second thought about punting the ball there, but we attempt the field goal, the long field goal, 56 yards. He wasn't able to get it, and we just like that we flipped the field position. So that's definitely not something we want to do moving forward. And I think moving forward, if we're outside and we have such long kicks, we may look to kind of play the field position game and punt that and try to pin them as we did on that first drive. But back on defense, 7-0, and they start off with a run to the right, a stretch run to the right, and big tackle there by Kai's White coming in and cleaning that up. It may have been Josh Sweat. 2nd and 7, 3-yard gain by Antonio Gibson. Washington are on their 49-yard line. And it looks like they're coming out in an 11 personnel again. Wide trips. It's going to be a 3-by-1 set, 2-by-1 set, 3-by-1 set. Running back lined up behind the QB. We drop down. And another interception by Nakobe Dean. 3rd on consecutive drives.
I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on.
And a great play by Nakobe. So right now, the defense has been playing extremely well, making plays for us. Dagger concepts. And there's a good defense there, and as we throw an interception right back, and a poor throw by Jalen Hurts, just a bad decision. We're able to stop him before he can take it back and score by Jamin Davis, but that's just a horrible throw. Bad decision making, and realistically, we should have came out and ran the ball here, and we give it right back. He drops back that hook zone right into the lane for the deep in route, or the deep dig route, and just a poor decision. And here we are in a cover 3, dropping back, and we drop back perfectly into that sail route. Looked like he was running that sail concepts, and he has that sail route. So we picked up that corner instead of using the middle linebacker. We used that corner who's in a deep third, and we took away that sail that looked like he was going through and forced him to scramble right and throw it away. So it's a good play defensively, but I still can't get over just how foolish it was to throw that turnover, especially after making him turn the ball over. We gave him life right back. We could have really took a handle on this game early. 2 bad decisions that may come back to haunt us with the missed field goal and the interception we threw right after we got one. But either way, we come right back out on defense, and he makes a good throw over the middle to Curtis Samuels as I was dropping back, trying to follow that tight end. Throws it right underneath to Samuels. A good throw. First down, 14-yard gain. They're now on their 12-yard line inside of our red zone and threatening. And who would have thought, straight off of that interception that he threw, the 3rd one he threw to Nakobe Dean, he would have the ball threatening to score again in about 30 seconds later. That's just how football works. So here we are again. Looks like they're in a wing slot. Receiver in motion. Fake. Throws it underneath to Gibson. Big hit there by Nakobe Dean, and he's brought down for a 7-yard gain. Play action jet sweep. Good completion for 7 yards. So they're on their 6-yard line here. We're definitely going to try to get out of this possession, only giving up 3 points. And if we're able to get out of here, hold them to 3, that'll be a successful drive despite everything that's happened to put them in position here to get any points because we were definitely threatened after that interception. See, it's so hard to let you're supposed to let that play go, but it's so hard to go next play after you just made such a poor decision. Here we are moving the tight end in motion. Looks like there's going to be a run to the left. And it's not a run directly into that A gap, and it's a good stop there. Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis swallow that right up. So here we are now. We got to force them into a third and short, the 6-yard line. It's coming out in 12 personnel. We're going to look to stop here. We'll probably come out and cover 3 here. I really want to play. Actually, I'm going to come out and play man. I really do. I want to play cover 3, but I think man is a good look here. We want to try to make sure we don't give up anything quick. And immediately, as I said that, we give up Terry McLaurin on a drag route right across the field. And that cover 3 probably would have been a better decision as James Bradbury gets beat right off the line. And just like that, the game is tied. 3 minutes left in the first quarter, 7-7. Quez Watkins set to receive, field the kick, and he takes it out of the end zone, only gets us to the 19. So coming out in this drive, a little bit of our momentum has been taken. I know Madden still has us up there with some momentum, but the momentum in real life is just a little deflated due to the circumstances. This is now a tie game. But anyway, it's 0-0 again. Anyone's game. Game is wide open. Come out in a 3-by-1 set here. Wide receiver lined up to the weak side. Nowhere to go with the ball. We looked like we wanted to get the ball to the sideline to Smitty, but it wasn't there. Unable to throw it away. And as we get sacked. So now we're at 2nd and 20 on the 9-yard line, kind of in a hole. And right there, Lane Johnson he got beat almost instantly off the ball. I had no angle to even get out of the pocket. So here we run in a read option, and we make a good play call by Sanders. He gets almost half of that back, gets 7 yards back. So we're a little bit of a more manageable 3rd and 13. Obviously not an ideal down and distance, but it's more manageable than being 3rd and 20 or 3rd and 16 if we had only got a 4-yard gain. So here in this type of situation, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to play some type of soft coverage backed up. So, yep, and they're backing up immediately. So we just want to make sure that we don't throw any interceptions here. Take a concise throw, get what we can, get down, and let's get back to playing field position. Nothing really there. Quick completion to A.J. Brown over the middle as Jalen Hurts is being hit. Very, very short. About a 4-yard gain. And we're going to punt this off and try to flip the field position a little bit. Looks like J.D. McKissic's going to receive this at the 36-yard line. He'll push it to the 44. And the Washington Commanders will take over this drive at the 44-yard line. Defensively, we've done pretty well defensively, despite giving them good field position. When they've had to actually drive the ball, they haven't shown that they can do it thus far into the game. Now I know it's very early, but the few possessions they did have on offense, obviously we forced turnovers. So I'm confident when we can get our defense on the field. Run to the right, and it's a great run by Antonio Gibson. He tries to break away from Anthony Harris. He's unable to. It's a great run. I took a bad angle with my Sam linebacker there and created a hole and give up a big gain. So they're moving now back in 21 personnel again. It seems like they're a little content to run the ball. They found some success. They may be a little bit afraid to put the ball in the air. So we just have to make sure we focus and kind of pack this box up. Counterplay, and we get it stuffed. Great job by Fletcher Cox coming around behind the counter and making a tackle. 2-yard gain. So here we want to make sure that Slay, pretty soon I want to make sure that we're putting Slay on the opposite side onto McLaren, just to make sure that we can do a good job of containing him, as he got loose, obviously, against James Bradbury on that third down play on the goal line. So we just want to make sure that we have our most athletic corner with skill, because our most athletic corner would be Avonte Maddox, but our most athletic corner with skill was clearly Darius Slay. So we want to make sure that he's on McLaren as much as possible. In this cover 3, going to get to 3-by-1 personnel. And a poor throw again by Carson Winston is intercepted by Darius Slay, and it looks like he may take it back. He does. Takes it back for a good return. Has us at the 37-yard line. And right now, our pass defense is playing very well, very opportunistic. And not to be lost, Carson Wentz hit as he's throwing the ball, so that clearly had some effect on the throw. 4 turnovers for the Washington Commanders right now and a tied game. So this is something we need to make sure that we capitalize on this drive. And a good throw by Jalen Hurts over the top to Grant Calcaterra for a first down. Drive concept, Grant gets wide open. First and 10 on the 46, just over midfield. We're going to dive to Kenny Gainwell. Gainwell gets a nice gain. No pun intended. 6 yards. Has us at 2nd and 4. Now, this may be another running down. We may need to get back to running the ball consistently here. I know there is a tendency specifically after a team has turned the ball over to be aggressive and throw the ball. But when I've thrown an interception as well, I need to make sure that I'm getting points on these turnovers and not just going 3 and out or turning the ball over myself. Because what's the point? If you're not scoring, you might as well not even get the turnover. So here we are in a spot concept, looking for Goddard, wide open in the flat. It's a good completion, safe throw, smart throw. And it's picks up another first down. It's Goddard's first reception of the game for 11 yards. And here we are again on the 29-yard line, threatening. Looks like they may be lined up in cover 3 cloud. Quick completion over the middle again to Dallas Goedert. Sits down right in the middle of the field. And that was cover 2, hard flat. But either way, great throw to Dallas Goedert. 5-yard gain. Now we're throwing the ball a little much here. Definitely might be something we need to watch out for as the game goes on. He has not proven he can stop the run. So we were kind of letting him off the hook here with all these pass attempts. Now I know there's short passes, but as we come out in a 3-by-1 set, it looks like we're going to do a little rollout to the right. Try to get Jalen, and it looks like this defensive end is in a contain, and he comes right over and gets a stop. And now this Abada's had a great game this far. Unfortunate play there. Back in 3rd and 8 again. Just probably right in field goal range here. We're going to run a smash concept. And it looks like we have A tough throw by Jalen Hurts. We had Devontae Smith wide open on the sail route on the corner, wide open. Poor throw by by Jalen Hurts, and that's just points off the board because he definitely scores if he makes that catch. Field goal now, Jake Elliott, and it's good. So we take a quick 10-7 lead, and man, I'm just mad we missed that play. Smitty had him beat wide open. I was 14-7, and again, that's the second time we probably missed a guy who was open right in this on this side of the field. Either way, we're up 10-7. We got a lead. Kicking the ball back. They opt to fair catch. It goes out of the end zone, so they'll start their next drive on the 25-yard line. Looks like they're coming out in a bunch. We're going to zone this up here. Cover 2. Quick throw to Logan Thomas, and he drops it. Look at Carson Wentz. 4 for 10, 31 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. And this game is only 3 points. Only down 3. That's what happens when offensively you're just not solid. You're just not striking when you need to and taking advantage of these turnovers. It's like they're in a 2x2 set, 3x2 set, empty. And a great throw by Carson Wentz. Throws the ball right into the area vacated by Marcus Epps, coming down into that hook zone. Throws it right over the top of them, and they're coming out quick. 20 personnel. We kind of show that safety blitz and then take it away, but now we're bringing Harris down, showing blitz, and Harris is coming on the blitz, and they're running the screen right. It's a great play call. And a great job by Harris. Great effort by Harris to come back and make the play and actually only allow him to gain 4 yards. But that's a great play call by the Washington Commanders. Throwing the slip screen right behind that safety blitz. They're coming out again, 11 personnel. 2x2 formation. Receiver goes out wide. Motions out further wide. Run the inside zone to Gibson. He gets about 10-yard gain. Back to first and 10 again. Actually, a 7-yard gain. Back first and 10. We're jumping into cover 1 here. And he makes a throw over to Jahan Dotson. And on a drag with Darius Slay chasing behind him. It's about an 8-yard gain, and I had that robber. I should have came down and played that robber tight, but I let him go, and he gets the 8-yard gain. Marcus Epps, center field safety, bringing him down a little bit. I'm probably going to sit on this hook zone, take away that quick route, and it's a great job by Marcus Epps. Comes down, he tries that direct shot straight to the seam, challenging that center field safety to his athleticism to make a play, and Marcus Epps is able to get out there and make the play. Unfortunately, he tips it, doesn't get it up in the air so someone can make a play on the ball. We had a lot of guys in that area. 3rd and 2, crucial down here. We want to try to get them off the field here, hold them until looks like we're in cover 2. Dropping back. Take away the first read, and a good throw by Carson Wentz to Logan Thomas. Again, he converts, gets the first down, moves the chains. It's a bunch of difficult route combinations to defend against here. Some very, very easy routes. You kind of have a 1-2-3 window, first level, second level, medium with that crosser. And then behind it, he had a deep post that would have gotten open because I was in that cover 2, Tampa 2 zone. I was on the middle linebacker whose responsibility is that deep middle third, and I vacated that area. So here we are in cover 3, 1st and 10 at the 10. 5 minutes to go, a little over 5 minutes to go in the half. And they run again. It looks like a power O to Gibson. And we seem to have an injury. Darius Slay hurts holding his elbow, it looks like, or his shoulder or his arm. And definitely, hopefully, he's not out for an extended period of time and he can get back in this game because we need him desperately against these receivers. Obviously, Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson. It's a lot of weapons and a lot of speed on the outside for Washington. So we definitely want our best cover guy here to help us lock this up. So here we are, 2nd and 10. And a great throw by Carson Wentz over top of the zones on the post route as they get the touchdown and they take the lead, and they're up 14 and 10 with about 5 minutes and a half left in the first half. And Darius Slay has a torn labrum, so he will definitely be out at least 3 to 5, somewhere between 3 and 6 weeks. He'll be out. So that's a really, really unlucky and unfortunate loss for our defense so far. Darius Slay has made a lot of plays so far early in this season. Losing Darius is big, but we do have a couple of guys. Obviously, the acquisition of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson has helped because his coverage ability, he allows us a lot of flexibility being able to play in the slot. And obviously, we have James Bradbury and Avonte Maddox, who will probably be our starters until Darius is able to come back. So we're starting this next drive off with a nice run play to Miles Sanders, and as he gets a big gain. Injury timeout for Washington as Jamin Davis, who got the interception earlier in the first quarter, looks like he was going to have to go to the sideline for a little while and have an injury checked out. Either way, great run by Miles Sanders, and every time you think Miles Sanders he's not running well, he's starting off slow. I want to go to Gainwell. He pops a run like that. And here we are again, 1st and 10 at the 41. Ace formation. Drops back. Throws over the middle to A.J. Brown. Makes a guy miss. And A.J. Brown, big stiff arm by A.J. Brown. Makes that wide receiver eat a face full of palm. Jamin Davis looks like he'll be returning shortly back to the linebacking core of this Washington Commanders defense. Just needed to sit out for a few plays. But what a play by A.J. Brown, showing off his play after the catch that he is well renowned for. Again, coming out in a heavier set, not a heavy set, but a heavier set, 2 tight end. It looks like we're going to run the ball here, and they pinched their line. And Gainwell is not able to get anything as he's stopped for no gain. Try to run that trap up the A-gap. Jonathan Allen was not having it. That guy is a mammoth in the middle. I'm surprised we've been able to run the ball inside the way we have so far. His linebackers need a lot of help, and he definitely needs to improve the linebacking core, so that's definitely an area I think we could run at, but it's probably not going to happen running up that A and B gap. Great throw by Sanders. Quick throw on the check down to Miles Sanders out the backfield. And we made a potentially 3rd and long, a 3rd and very short, 3rd and 3, 32-yard line. We're in field goal range now, but we want to get a lot more. We want to get some more here. We don't want to just settle for 3. Looks like they may be in cover 3 cloud. It looked like a cover 3 cloud before they try to disguise their defense. And a quick throw over to Devontae Smith on the skinny post, and he gets the first down. And it was a zone blitz, a zone 3 zone blitz, strong safety dropping down, and a great throw into a perfect window to Smitty, and he gets the first and moves us inside the 10. Looks like this is deuce close we're in. And it's not there, and we try to throw a check down to Miles Sanders, and Jalen Hurts is hit as he's thrown, and the ball goes exactly to the defender where we didn't want it to go. The only place that it couldn't go, and the defender makes a play on it, and gets an interception in the red zone. A killer turnover, the types we hate the most. We're threatening, we have points, we just took points off the table with that pick. Now, he was hit, but just an unfortunate play. We probably should have come out and ran the ball here. So they're running the jet sweep to Curtis Samuels. He's only able to pick up 2 yards. A great job out of the Eagles defense to swarm and rally to the ball. And a lot to say for only 2 yards. A lot going on with that play. And it looks like they're coming out in the spread 4 wide, 10 personnel. So we definitely want to make sure we bring in a couple of DBs, one more DB out here and jump into this quarters coverage. I actually might want to try to bring some pressure. I was going to bring some pressure, but I didn't like the look. And they hand off to Gibson, and Gibson gets a decent gain. It's 3rd and 3. I call a timeout here just so to conserve some time so he doesn't run it all the way down to the 2-minute warning. And we definitely need to try to get off the field here since we called that timeout. They're coming out 11 personnel, gun tight. So here we want to make sure we don't give any quick hitters if we do play man. In zone, we want to make sure we take away quick reads, short reads, all the while not giving up a big play. So it's not like we need a lot to do. We got a lot to do here. So it looks like our safeties are flip-flopping, which we don't want to see. Running back moves, flips over to the weak side, behind, next to Carson Wentz. And wide open is Jahan Dotson on the sail route. And that's definitely something I've noticed as this game's going on. He definitely likes these corner routes. So we have to make sure that we, like last time when we switched out onto James Bradbury, and we were able to backpedal into that angle for that sail route or that corner route, whatever you want to call it. We dropped back and we made him get off of that read. That's something that we may have to look to do as this game continues. Use your own, that's the corner on the whatever side we believe is going to, and drop him back into that area. Looks like they're in a 3-by-1 set. We're in cover 1, it looks like. We want to use it at middle linebacker in that hole. We drop. And a great throw there by Carson Wentz. A deep comeback route to Jahan Dotson. Ever since Slay going out, they've gotten some confidence to throw some of these tighter routes and tighter tighter routes that require tighter throws, timing routes. Not something we saw too much of in the first half before Darius Slay went out with an injury. So definitely, Carson Wentz definitely has his confidence rising, and a great run again by Gibson as he tries to break it outside, and he's just slipped up by Hassan Reddick. And we're able to tackle him out of bounds, and that's a great stop because he looked like he may have had a chance to score and go up 21-10. So here in this possession, we want to make sure that we don't give up anything quick for a touchdown. We definitely don't want to go down 21-10 heading into the second half. We do get the ball back. The play clock dwindles down. They run the ball to the left, and it looks like he had an angle to get into the end zone, but he's stopped, and he will be on 2nd and goal and the second yard line. And again, we want to make sure we get off the field here without giving up any points if we can. A lot has gone wrong the past few drives for us. It almost feels like we should have way more points than 10. based on the amount of possessions that we had and the turnovers that we forced early in the game. Washington will stay with 2 tight ends. Come out in the eye. And they call timeout, doesn't snap the ball, doesn't like the look. I thought it was a really favorable look for us pre-snap, and it looks like he may have thought so too, which is why he called timeout to try to get out of that play. Coming back again, an I-form twin tight. Not really sure what the call here on defense. About 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the second half, in the first half rather, the second quarter. And they run it again with Gibson, and he stopped. It's great defense by the Eagles front four, and front 7. And we'll see what they're looking to do here with about a minute left in the half. This situation is always tough because they're right on the goal line. It looks like they're coming out in that split slot open. 20 personnel, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers. Now, none of these wide receivers are blockers, so that's a good thing for us. But anytime you can spread teams out, it makes them harder to defend. You have guys like linebackers or dropping linemen having to guard shifty, athletic guys in space. It looks like this may be a run to the left. They may be content with running it. The Commanders take another timeout. Now, they definitely want to get these points. They want to call the correct play and get these points for sure. So here we go here. 3rd and goal, rather. Split close. Let's see what the Washington Commanders can draw up here. And they hand the ball off, and a great job getting the stop by Kai's White. And we forced them to 4th down, and we'll see if they're going to kick this field goal here or if they want to go for it. We took a timeout there to kind of, try to get some more time to have the ball. And it looks like he's going for it here. Back in that wide trips, 11 personnel, that wide trips week. Let's see if he has it flipped or not, depending upon which side that running back is on. The running back is on the left. He's on the regular side. So we just need to make sure. We're going to man this up, too, to make sure that we bring pressure. He just doesn't get back and doesn't just get to sit back and pick us apart. We're going to make you play hot and make you play quick. And there we go. Incomplete pass. Batted down. Back on the 3-yard line, our ball, 55 seconds left. Now, this is a difficult position to be in because you want to say, hey, it's 55 whole seconds left. We can try to get into field goal range, but we have no timeouts. We've already turned the ball over twice. We want to make sure that anything that we do is intelligent and it makes sense. Second and 10 on the 2-yard line. It's really hard to get out of these positions. Really hard.
Officially nothing on that last run.
He's going to run a little motion here to kind of throw him out of position, maybe get him to dress. He doesn't react to that, and it's a great run by Gainwell. Gets a nice little juke move. Gets about a yard. 3rd and 9, letting the clock run. We're probably going to take this into the half. I do have to call one play, so we'll call a run play. Run these last 5-6 seconds out after the game clock. The play clock goes down. We're running the last 5 seconds of the game clock. Play clock is 24. We're on our goal line. We just got to get out of here. So we get a big run by Sanders. He gets the first down. Clock is going to dwindle down. Just like that, we opted to play conservative and take this 10-14 deficit into the half. Definitely need to look to probably do a better job of focusing on running the ball a little bit more and just focusing on not making errant passes. And some of the passes I understood, why I was throwing them, but just some were just unnecessary, especially in positions where we just turned them over and we had them up against the ropes, literally, and we bailed them out, just making poor plays. So in this second half, we're starting off with the ball. We definitely need to make sure that we do a better job, just being more concise on offense, being more patient, being more calculated, and not just taking unnecessary risks. So we're going to come out here, try to get it going on the ground early, coming out in this ace formation, and just try to run the ball or just look for easy completions just to get the ball moving and get that sour taste out of our mouth from the first half. Defensively, we played pretty good. Looks like they come out and cover 4 again, this quarters coverage. They seem to love this quarter coverage, and we make a really good throw to Goddard underneath the quarters coverage. Definitely quarters coverage, yep. They love this quarters coverage, specifically coming out in it to start the game or start the half. This is the second time they came out with it. They started the game with the same coverage. Great throw and great catch by Goddard. Coming out again, looks like this is cover 3 cloud they're in. We're in a 2-by-2 two receivers lined up on the left. And nothing is really here. We're going to scramble, and it's pretty good defense. If I would have waited a little bit longer, I looked like I had a tight end on the sideline. And I thought it was cover 3 cloud, but it was cover 2 hard flats. Or cover 3 hard flats, rather. So coming out now, 2nd and 16 after the sack. Looks like cover 1 here. And it is. And we're going deep up top to Quez Watkins, and he beats St. Just, and he gets in for a touchdown. Great read against the cover 1. We had Smitty inside running the post, and he took the safety's attention, and you had Quez Watkins, the speed demon, one-on-one against a slower cornerback, and he took advantage and gets us back on the board quickly, and we go up 17-14. So that's not exactly what I had in mind about coming out slowly and taking our time, but we had an opportunity to make a play there, and Quez Watkins, who is a speed merchant, took advantage and got us on the board quickly. So we took the lead, up a field goal, kicked the ball back off, and here we go back on defense. They're in that 11 personnel, that wide trips week. They love this formation. They've been in this formation a number of times so far this game. Wentz drops back. Nothing is open. Throws to the flat. Complete for a 3-yard gain. Great defense. And as you see, Carson Wentz, 13 of 21, 151 yards, 4 interceptions. So we've done a really good job of really shutting them down as we come out in this cover 3 hard flats here. I don't really like this call against this formation, but we'll see how it works out. And they threw the quick completion to Jahan Dotson on a corner route, it looks like. Loves that sail route so far. He's thrown that multiple times so far this game. And they come out in the gun trips tight end, 11 personnel again, 3 wide to the left. We have Marcus Epps coming down. Wentz rolling out to the left. So sliding to the left, didn't really roll out. Complete again for a 4-yard gain to the flats to Curtis Samuels. And a 2nd and 6. And in that situation, Carson Wentz kind of shuttles backwards to his left all the way out of the pocket. Not very much pressure, so it kind of seems unnecessary. We go now. Using Epps over the top and a good throw to Logan Thomas. Looks like he's on a little drag route across the middle of the field. Underneath that cover 3. Had that safety blitz coming down, didn't get there in time. Good call. And they come out in 10 formation. 10 personnel, rather. And 4 wide is the spread set. Wide receiver lined up on the strong side. Motions Gibson to the weak side. Motions him back to the strong. They're running that screenplay and a little bit of an overplay by Gardner Johnson there, but we're able to wrestle him down for about a 6-yard gain there. And Jahan Dotson has been very active this afternoon. He's almost broke the century mark. Coming on 21 personnel, strong eye. 2 wide receivers lined up to the left. This looks like a heavy indication of run right, off tackle, maybe a power O. Nope. And off the edge, here comes Josh Sweat picking up his 2nd sack of the game. They run a dagger concept. That cover 3 seam kind of does a really good job locking that up. We had some guys open over the middle, but he was not able to throw the ball in time before Josh Sweat. Look at Josh Sweat coming screaming at him off the edge. Josh Sweat has been pretty dominant in the run game and the pass game so far, getting after the quarterback. He's done a very, very good job. I moved them to both sides. And here we are showing the double safety blitz here. And this is a little disguise that I like. I show the double safety blitz and I get out of it into a 1 safety blitz with a single high. And he gets a pass over the middle to Terry. We're able to rally and stop him in that vertical look he threw with a drag underneath. We stop him now. It's 4th and 3, and they're forced to take the field goal. And it looks like Sly's going to kick this field goal and notch this game up. And wait, and they get a block, and but we're unable to recover the ball. And a great defensive possession, and the Eagles will stay up 3 points. What a play! Comes off the edge and gets the block. It's just unfortunate we weren't able to pick that one up and run it in for a touchdown. But nonetheless, we hold the points and we maintain this lead, and we will get the ball back at the 38-yard line. What a play. So, see, as I said, coming into this half, we've done a really good job just making plays and stopping this team. We come out now in the split slots. I don't really like this formation. I want to try to get it to the flats quick, and I do, and what a horrible decision. William Jackson, the third, gets an interception. He's got to be playing in the hard flats. And see, what's difficult to really understand about that is he had him in the hard flats, obviously, the way he rushed down to the flats, but he backed him off of the line of scrimmage. So it's almost physically impossible for him to back off 10 yards and then at the snap of the ball, make that ground up to get a pick on a pass to the flats, to the running back. I mean, hey, what do I know? There's got to be some physics in that situation that's kind of broken. But either way, we throw in another interception. Is exactly what we did not want to do. It's a tough throw. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. But next play, we have to move on. We're down 21-17, and as again, we just continue to give them life.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Hurts drops back, throws a great, over the middle. He had Smitty, and that's Smitty's probably 3rd drop of the game. The levels concept, we hit Smitty right over the top of that hook zone, and he's unable to come away with it. Coming out again, a 2-by-2 set. Looks like they're in a cover 2 here, making some adjustments. This could be cover 1. I have no clue what this is. A lot of adjustments at the line. It looks like cover 2. If I didn't know any better, I would have said that was cover 2 sink, but I don't think. But it's a cover 2. But it looked like they were sinking back.
We see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as
Here we are now, 3rd and 2 on a 33.
because their ability to make people miss in the
And a
open
bunch set.
can really generate
A.J. Brown split left by himself. Looks like we may have cover 1 here. It's not. 3rd down and a good throw to Quez Watkins. And it looks like they're going to call roughing the passer. So we're going to accept this penalty. And we completed the pass anyway to convert. But a good completion by Jalen Hurts. And it looked like Quez may have had room to run if he was able to push that to the left and get outside that block. But nonetheless, we convert, move the chains. We're at the 40-yard line. 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes left in the third. A bad time for a roughing penalty indeed. And 3-by-1 set. And we throw a quick pass to Devontae Smith, and he makes up for it. And McCain is able to make the touchdown-saving tackle. Great throw. Jalen Hurts gets a big completion to Devontae Smith, who makes up for the couple of drops he just had in this game with a big reception. This situation, we definitely want to come out and run the ball. Just take our time, and let's actually make sure we convert here and retake the lead. Gainwell in the game. They pinch their defensive line. Linebacker moves into the gap. We run the ball, and a great job to stuff that run. Looked like Jonathan Allen, and I wasn't sure who that was off the edge, but a great job. This is a very stout Washington defensive line, so you have to, kind of make your decisions to run the ball count, specifically when you're looking to run up that A and B gap. Those defensive tackles are massive inside. So you almost really want to kind of push things to the outside. Back in the pistol. Hurts looking, doesn't see anything, moves right, and delivers a strike to Quez Watkins for a touchdown. Quez Watkins has had a big game and a big season so far. He's been very, very, very effective this year. This is his second touchdown in the afternoon. Quez Watkins has really produced so far this season. And we retake the lead, 24-21, back up 3. 3 minutes and 56 seconds left in the quarter. And we'll be kicking off to the Washington Commanders looking to get a stop here.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Looks like we're coming out. They're coming out in 21 personnel. We're going to stay in this cover 1. We're going to kind of spread our linebackers to kind of make this look like zone. They're running a counter play, and they get a great block and a little bit of a weird movement there by Antonio Gibson to cut it back inside. End up getting a nice gain. And we have to just do a better job of maintaining gap discipline on some of these outside runs, specifically these misdirection and counter plays. Strong eye again. Fullback moves into motion to the right. Fullback comes back. Delay of game, and Carson Wentz just a little too undecided on that play. We'll lose 5 yards. So here, 1st and 15, they're going to come out 11 personnel. So we want to make sure in this situation we don't give anything quick. We want to protect the seams. We want to make sure we get deep on that hash mark and don't allow a quick strike to get this yardage back. And a great job. The pressure comes. They deliver a hit to Carson Wentz. He's unable to get the ball off. But I'm going to be honest. If he's able to get that throw off, that looks like that may have been intercepted. We had a guy right. Looks like he was throwing that out route to the tight end, and we had I think our slot corner was sitting right there waiting for that. Had he completed that pass, that may have been intercepted. So that maybe that's a situation where the pressure may have aided in the defense not turning the ball over. So here we are in cover 3, running that double inside blitz, and he gets the interception. A poor throw by Carson Wentz, and Scott is going to take this all the way down to the 18-yard line. What a play. And defensively, we have really been shutting this team down. We just have to make sure that our offense gets on the same page and makes plays. Look at the corner, dropping back in that deep third. He reads the quarterback's eyes the whole way, steps in front, makes the play, and here we are in an empty set. And this is, I don't know if I should be in an empty set here, but we're in an empty set. We're going to go with it. And we're going to look for Goddard. He's not there. We could have made that throw to Goddard, I feel like, and we've kind of forced a throw underneath. Watkins catches it. He continues to have his big day receiving the ball. Only a 2-yard gain there. I'm kind of glad we got out of that play. Watkins now has 5 catches for 91 yards and 2 touchdowns, I believe. So coming out here, we're in the deuce close. And, we got immediate pressure. But on that right side, we had Devontae Smith wide open, running into the end zone. The pressure got there immediately. Comes off the line completely untouched. That's just an unfortunate play. There's nothing really you could do there. The guy comes off the line untouched like that. But we had a guy wide open in the end zone. It looked like Smitty. He was running wide open in the end zone. The corners looked like they were in the hard flats, and he went right past the flat defender, and he was running right into the end zone. So now the Washington Commanders are dropping back. We're going to look just to try to take an easy completion here and take our 3 points. And unnecessary boneheaded penalty here. We get a delay of game, and we lose 5 yards, 3rd and 18. This is definitely a situation which we should probably run the ball here, or at the very least make an easy throw just to get a little bit of that loss back so that we can make the kick a little bit more maintainable, or manageable rather. 3rd and 18 at the 26-yard line, 24-21 Eagles. 1 minute and 41 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. We have the ball fresh off of a delay of game and a sack, and we're going to run this read option just to get some yards back, try to make this an easier kick. We hand the ball off to Sanders, and a nice move by Sanders. Gets almost all of that back. 12-yard gain there. 4th and 6 makes it a much more manageable kick, and we should have no problem knocking this one in. And Elliott's going to knock this one through, and the Eagles take a 27-21 lead with about 1 minute left before the 4th. So right now, I kind of like where we are. Defensively, we need to do more of the same, continue to play sound defense. Let's not give up any big plays. Let's force them to have to move the ball down the field consistently against our defense. We have a really, really stout defense. We've been playing well, very opportunistic, been making plays all over the field, been making plays in the special teams game with that block kick. We've been getting interceptions. We've done a decent job in the run game. We've given up a couple of chunk runs, which kind of pushes Gibson's run total out of whack a little bit in comparison to what's actually happening on the field. But overall defensively we've been playing well, and they're coming out in this 11 personnel, this Trey wide flex. So we want to be very careful of levels concepts, sail routes, To the strong side from the tight end. McLaren running a sail route to the boundary. And yep, there he is. McLaren sail route to the boundary. Jahan Dotson, it looks like he's on a 9 route and right over the cover 2. So the Tampa 2 probably was not a good play call there. Give up the big completion to start the drive. And Jahan Dotson is over 100 yards for the day, 122 yards for the rookie out of Penn State. Gibson tries to run out of the gun. He's tackled in the backfield. Great job by the run defense. Gibson now has 10 carries from 73 yards. And in this situation, it looks like the Commanders are going to take this into the fourth quarter. And we will begin the fourth quarter up by 6. And they will. So headed into the fourth, you kind of see the score breakdown. 17 points by us in that third quarter, sparked by some huge turnovers and special team plays to give us extra possessions. So here they come. They're coming out in a 3-by-1 set. It looks like that wide trip's weak again. And we're in that cover 3. The safety dropping down to the hook zone. Force Carson Wentz out of the pocket. We force it incomplete. Just a poor pass there.
And it's going to bring up a third down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't
So
been
good defensive
for him. I don't know what he
possession there, or on that play, by the defense. And we have the middle linebacker dropping back. And I'm hiding this, making it look like a cover 3 drop, but it's really... And a great job by the defense there. That manipulation and that disguised defense made him think that, we were in something that we were not, and we were able to get pressure and get a sack and get them off the field. And in this situation, if we're able to put a strong drive together, we're going to actually get pinned here inside the 15. Good punt, forced to call a fair catch. And if we can get a decent drive here, maybe take about 4 or 5 minutes off the clock, hopefully put at least a field goal up here and go up 2 scores. That would really bode well with trying to get out of here with the victory. So we come out here in a bunch. Looks like we're going to run the halfback zone to the weak side. Actually, it's a counter play. Don't get much as Miles Sanders gets a no gain. It's got 8 rushes for 56 yards. And they're in that quarters coverage again. The quarters coverage, which surprisingly plays really good run defense with those safeties being considered in run fits. At least from Madden's point of view. But either way, 2nd and 10, 11 minutes left in the game. We're on that 12-yard line, kind of backed up on our side of the field. We want to try to get a good completion here to give us some room to operate. Looks like they may be in cover 4 here. They're not. It's cover 3. Quick throw to Sanders out the backfield, and we got a flag on the play. Might be holding, but it's actually a legal contact. Wow, so we're going to take that. And we're 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line. So with that penalty and the new set of downs, we can kind of come out a little conservative here. Run the ball, take some time off the clock. Let's start thinking, maintain possession, and kind of, be a little steady here and controlling it. And a good run by Gainwell makes a guy miss. A huge run gets us to the 32-yard line. And this is exactly what we need. This is what we should have started doing a little early. We should have started doing a little earlier in the game. But better late than never. And it looks like before we call this play, we'll be inside the 10-minute mark. I actually would have liked if I've called this play and, officialized this play after the 10-minute mark. And even get this down to about 7 seconds snapped on the clock. Defense rotating. It looks like they may be in a cover one here. I don't know what those two safeties are doing, lining right up on top of each other. Unless that might be a safety, and yeah, it is safety. That's Cameron Curl, and a great decision by Jalen Hurts, looking for Quez Watkins on the out route. He's running the out route from that slot position. Is just a little overthrown, unable to complete the pass, and that would have been a big completion because that would have taken us most likely to inside of 9 minutes now, and we would have been close to crossing that 50-yard line. And this is kind of how you have to play this fourth quarter. You want to try to take a minute off the clock, which at least the way I like to look at it is every single play, about a play and a half, I want to take a minute off the clock. Therefore, if I get 7, 8 plays, we're looking to take 6 or 7 minutes off the clock, roughly somewhere between there. And had I completed that pass, we would have taken a full minute off the clock. And a great pass right back to Quez Watkins, who's had a very busy second half, very reliable, and he picks up a first down on the in route. And as I said, if we call this play correctly, we can call this play in about 5 seconds and snap the ball with about 6 seconds left on the clock. We'll be inside of the 9 minutes, and we'll be with 4 more downs to go, with 3 more downs to go ideally. We can definitely get this clock down to about 4 minutes or so, obviously, if we don't turn the ball over. So good job. We're going to snap this ball inside of 9 minutes. This is exactly what we want to see. Hopefully, we can just make a solid throw here. It looks like we have a cover 3. And good run there. And if 89, it looked like that was Landon Dickerson. If he was able to hold that block, we could have squeezed by him maybe. But we're on 2nd and 4, 6-yard gain by Miles Sanders. As the clock continues to tick, 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 tick. It's exactly what we want to be. We're right at the 50. Looks like we're coming out in a deuce close set. We're running a bench concept. Commanders' corners have pressed down. Wide open throw to A.J. Brown. It's complete. They only said it was a 2-yard gain, though. We're on 3rd and 2. I don't like that spot. Looks like he unnecessarily had to come back to the ball to throw. It looked like it was thrown right on the money, so he could have gotten that first down. Maybe if I would have thrown it a little bit earlier. But either way, 2-yard gain is 3rd and 2 here, and we're in a bit of a crucial 3rd down. If we get 1 yard here, if we get at least 1 yard here, this may be 4th down territory. But this is a play we want to definitely get this first down here. And just like that, Gainwell is unable to get 2 yards. He actually loses a yard, and he's definitely going to force us to punt here.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
As we punt the ball off there, the Washington Commanders will start at the 19-yard line. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. Down 6 points. Need a touchdown to take the lead. As this game's coming to a close, we're pretty confident in being able to stop this passing attack. It's like they're coming out in 21 personnel. They're going to start off smaller formation set. They have not had a lot of success spreading us out and completing passes. They've had more success in these tight sets, throwing the ball and utilizing runs. And Carson Wentz is going to break out to the edge and throw. Look like he's running out of bounds and threw the ball back inside to the tight end, who bounces off the sideline and comes in. And that's just an unfortunate play. That's the type of play that you really can't do much against. We're in zone, and we're in zone, and he completes that pass. And just an unlucky play for the defense. Automatic rollout to the sideline, and throw it to back inside. Looks like he's going to run out of bounds or throw the ball away, throws it back inside. So just a tough play to defend, specifically in zone. Here they are now, a run Gibson, and he's stuffed there for a 2-yard gain.
Materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the.
So in this position, I'm going to assume that there looks like they're coming out again in 12 personnel. So they have made a decision to go 2 tight ends to kind of end this game. I think they may have realized they haven't had much success throwing the ball against our secondary, and they may be more willing to go into. And Wentz just lofts one up, and oh wow, and he gets a completion on the chuck. Chucks the ball up into double coverage. Jahan Dotson comes down with the pass. Wow. Man, definitely a missed opportunity there by both of those 2 Eagles players out in that secondary deep. Looks like one of them could have at least made a play on that, but unfortunately they get the completion and they are on the 18-yard line with inside of 6 minutes to play. 1st and 10. Looks like they're in Trey Y flex, and Wentz throwing that sail route again over to Terry McLaurin, catching us in Tampa 2 again. And I said it earlier, they've thrown that route multiple times this game, and in this particular situation and moment, they actually get a touchdown off of it, and they take looks like they're going to take a 27-28 lead to move ahead in the game.
Taken the lead here in this 4th quarter.
So here we are, Washington Commanders kicking back off.
After the touchdown.
And Quez Watkins looks like may have been able to break a little something there. Gets a good return. Gets us down to the 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And look at Hurts. The crowd noise is rattling him, making him not able to see his plays. And Grant Calcaterra, what a nice completion, a nice little run after the catch there. And as you see, Jalen Hurts there, 19 of 27, almost 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, unfortunately, and a nice completion to Grant Calcaterra, the rookie. And here we are at the 49-yard line with almost 5 minutes exact on the clock. It looks like we have Quez Watkins one-on-one out there. This might be cover 1. This could be opportunity for a big play. Quez bumped off the line and throws deep to Quez, and it's going to be intercepted. Quez looked like he had a step on him. He was unable to make the play there. And that may have been the situation we may have wanted to slow it down, take our time, but a one-on-one situation with Quez against a slower corner, you just expect him to come away with this matchup. And if Jalen Hurts was able to kind of put that ball a little further on the sideline, I think Quez may have been in position to make that play. But at any rate, Eagles back on defense, down 1, 5 minutes left. Logan Thomas goes in motion, goes back, resets to the strong side, and they run toss left or stretch left, and a great tackle there by Hassan Reddick, sealing the edge. Big play by Hassan. Looks like they're in 11 personnel now, coming out in the gun trips tight end. 2nd and 12. And we are definitely looking to get off of the field quick and conserve some time for Jalen Hurts and this offense to have one more opportunity. And in this situation, we are in cover 3. Looks like hard flats with Epps over the top and a quick throw to Curtis Samuels, and they run a verticals. Slot streak out of the verticals. Tell me if you've seen that one before. Looks like they're coming out 11 personnel again, out of the single back. This looks like this is going to be a run here, so we're going to pinch this linebackers, kind of cheat Epps up down a little bit into the box, move Chauncey over, and we get a run and a great job by Javon Hargrave to get the stop. Hold Gibson to a 1 yard gain in the 0-1 trap. Really difficult to run trap plays against this defensive line. Our front four is really stout. Even when we're in a 3-4 front, very stout with Jordan Davis at that nose tackle spot. Here they are again, trips to the left. Looks like we're in cover 3. And a bad throw there by Carson Wentz. Throws the ball behind that crossing route across the middle. 3rd and 9. In this situation, we're going to be looking for that wide trips weak formation they seem to love so much in this game. So let's see if they are going to come out, and that actually they're not. 11 personnel nonetheless, though. Gun doubles. So in this situation, we want to send a little heat. We may be able to run. I kind of want to run cover 1 in this situation, but I think the cover 2 may be a better call here. So we have Nakobe Dean outside. He's going to play this vertical and then work his way back down to the hook. And a tough throw there, but a penalty on the play. And they're going to call roughing the passer there. That is a killer penalty to give them a first down. 3 minutes left. Looks like we got them off the field. Forced it incomplete. We're going to have them in 4th down. And now they get a first down. They get the ball back, and they're definitely going to be running the ball here to get this game inside of 2 minutes. So we definitely need to get a stop if we want to have any chance to get the ball back here. We have Pruitt in motion. And Gibson picks up 4 yards.
Yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Play fake, Wentz to Antonio Gibson underneath. And a wild cut back inside by Gibson there.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that?
And a first down, 1st and 10.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Looks like we're going to head to the 2-minute warning, and then this is looking like a very tough spot here for the Eagles. Down 28-27. Washington Commanders are threatening. Touchdown here. Put them up 8. And then have the Eagles in a tough spot. So we're in cover 1 here. We want to bring some pressure. We want to force a quick throw, maybe get an interception, or even a sack fumble or something of that nature. Something to get us the ball back if they opt to throw the ball. Carson Wentz hands it off to Gibson, and Gibson gets about a 5-yard gain there, which will have them at 2nd and 5, and this clock is going to tick. I want to hold this timeout because he got about 5 yards here. I don't want to use this timeout. Had he maybe got 3 yards, I would have called timeout. This was 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8. I would have called timeout here, but I want to let this clock run down a tiny bit and hold this timeout. If when we stop him here, if we are able to get a stop here, then we'll take this timeout. It looks like our defense is a little wacky here. We're going to have to bring Harris over here and get him lined up properly. And they hand the ball off to Gibson, and he gets stopped, and we're definitely going to take a timeout here. And but we didn't even have to. Javon Hargrave gets hurt, and we take an injury timeout. This is an interesting situation here by the Washington Commanders. 3rd and 4, 1 minute and 16 seconds left. They're coming out in gun bunch. It looks like they're going to throw the ball here. Carson Wentz in the gun. Looks like we're in cover 3 cloud. Kobe Dean in the middle of the field. Ball snapped. Winston takes off and scrambles, and he's jumping into the end zone for a touchdown. So Carson Wentz takes off directly after the snap and the drop back, and he gets into the end zone, and the Washington Commanders will take a 8-point lead following a successful point after attempt. So they take a timeout here. Are they going for it here? And it looks like they're going for it here. I don't understand the logic in this. Going forward here to go up 9. And they throw the ball right over the Kobe Dean's head. And they score, and they go up 2 scores. And 36-27 with only 1 minute and 11 seconds left. The Eagles have 2 timeouts. This doesn't fare well for Eagles' hopes. And Quez Watkins looked like he may have had an alley for a split second there. And here we are with 1 minute and 8 seconds left. We have to go the length of the field basically to score a touchdown and then get an onside kick and score. So at this rate, it does not look good. It looks like we're going to be picking up our first loss of the season. And this was the frustrating thing is this was a very winnable game. Extremely winnable game. Just some better decision makings. We had that interception at pick 6. We had a missed field goal. Jalen Hurts takes off. No one's open. He gets tackled for a 2-yard gain. And that cover 4 drop. But as I said, this was definitely a very, very, very winnable game. Had we had made a few more calculated decisions, specifically coming off of turnovers. So a couple times we turned the ball over and we gave it right back to him. And Jalen Hurts hits Devontae Smith. They take a timeout here, and this attempt seems to be futile. 29 seconds left in the game. 1 timeout left, down 9. It's just not enough time to make a play here. I think we'll think about this game all week until our next game against the Jaguars, because this is definitely a drop victory for us, I believe. For his 3 early first half interceptions, we were only able to capitalize on one of them, and Jalen Hurts throws another interception as he tries to wait for the deep in route to cross and clear the defender. He's unable to do so, and just adding insult to injury there, as the Washington Redskins will line up in the victory formation and drain this last 21 seconds off of the clock, and the Eagles will definitely be picking up our first loss of the year, as the Washington Commanders will be moving on to 3-0. And I think this one is going to hurt for a little bit because this was definitely a winnable game. And I think when we look back at this one, we'll definitely see that this was a team that we're much better than. So here we are with this loss, and Nick Sirianni's not happy. Me neither, Nick. Me neither. So until next time, this is Court. We took one today. Took one on the chin today. See you guys later, man. Peace.